This is Gerald Van Was. Words follow a self-organization principle, which is resumed in the theory that you can see very much resumed in this scheme, and they also somewhat developed into these books that you see there on the other side. But the best thing would be is to simply demonstrate them, what the results are, how we use our focus, how the letters have a tendency to show also a formation process around it, and of course the right context comes with it, and you have to learn it a little bit, and I can only demonstrate it how it works. You have this basic scheme which you can base yourself upon, with several layers how you have to read it, and that takes a while. But here are some demonstrations of the words glass, and I will compare this to class, and I will show you how just one letter difference will give you a completely different focus. That's what it is about. It's about focuses. The G, this is a resume of the focus of G, and the G is into the third category of letters, which are about context making orientations. The context making orientations always have a degree of values that are not completely seen, so they come from elsewhere. So the G is also about that focus from where it goes to. It goes to or comes from elsewhere, and it is a kind of comparison of this focus. You have almost this description of the G here in the throat, between the heavens and the earth, as a matter of speaking, between the macro and micro world, between the outside and the inside, between the bigger world and a smaller world. That kind of reference frame is there and this frame is bigger because it says a part that we do not see, and it reflects itself into the part that we do see, and that's what the G is about. So that's glass, the first letter of glass. The L will give that thing a form. L is about giving something a form into a form forms itself into two parts that you can see. Okay, where it forms, it is formed in the two parts, of course, that are also these two worlds as well. So in this intercommunication field, which G is as a focus, you will have also that part that shapes it, so it shows itself into a form. The A will confirm that as well. It's about that category. It is a letter from the category of the physical space, so we'll give that a physical value, an objectivity, a subject that you say, okay, this is what we are talking about, this is what we can use as something of a focus. That's what the letter A does. It shows itself into a form with our focus upon it. The S will show its effect, and the double S, of course, will also give an effect into the reflections, of course, because it goes from one region to the other. It shows you also the reflection from the other world as well, from the other side as well, and it reflects itself in between as well. So it is all related already from what we see immediately and understand immediately simply by the letter positions what it is all about. And you have already a lot of features which are typical for glass. And the S itself is always these outer borders as well. It's the reflections towards the outer borders, a reflection which also has values that go beyond your normal perspective, that you can grasp all of it at that point. It goes even beyond it. So it is that kind of materialization process is also spreading in a little bit, in a way, how it's taking shape, how it is forming itself, how it shows itself also via G, L, and so on. So it is very understandable what glass is about. What's the difference with class then? So it's just a word with one letter difference. Here it starts with C. C is a focus upon, that it's from the category of the physical space, but it's the physical space is also about one-eyed focuses that wants to get a grasp on what it sees. In the letter A, it was clear. You have a clear vision. In the next level, the letter U, you see, okay, there's some changes there, but I can still see it. I can still follow it. In C, it's a bit more difficult to keep your focus because the focus is already further away from distance, also from where you are. This is a kind of focus which actually almost like tries to focus and keep its focus. That's what a C is. It's mostly quite a bit further away as a distance also, to make that as a starting point again, as a starting point. The L gives this a shape, so it's not just a shape of an object, it gives it a shape from the letter before. What is the letter before? Is about focusing. So this focus and focusing is taking shape. It is about focusing, and it's getting more and more shape how it focuses itself and finds its focus also. And the S already reflects that. It reflects that in all the things that it will see, in its reflections, what it will see, and everywhere it looks, it will have that reflection. It takes a shape of what it looks at. It gives it a look. It reflects its looks. It reflects its looks also everywhere, and that's what defines class as well. If you think about it, you could define it slightly different, but it should be already understandable what it means, why these letters are chosen, why these letters make up the meaningfulness behind it, and how it reflects this meaningfulness. This was Gerald Jovamas. Thanks for watching. Some books, some Facebook page, some web page with previous videos are there as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.